This guy Hussein can outrun me. Yes.
She's like, you serious? Nigel, shut your.
Ay, caramba!
Even she's looking at him like, bro, nobody buy this.
Tutsi frutti.
Professor Humphrey suspects the problem is more likely genetic. The parents are second cousins and could have passed a faulty
I
gene.
knew it.
Believes the Ulas family's blood may hold one of the greatest secrets of science, the gene for walking erect, the very essence of...
Oh, I walk erect all the time, baby.
Now, finally, the secret can be revealed.
Ooh la la!
Show.
Rocket.
This is the greatest troll of all times.
This has got to be. There's no way in hell
Tutsi frutti.
you're here crawling around this damn slow all damn day. They're dressed. They're dressed, and then look at that. Look at their
In
clothes.
shoes.
Their clothes don't even look that dirty. You're telling me they walk around on all fours and don't drop down or rest? They don't fall. They don't trip. They get covered in mud, dirt, sand. These
Rocket.
guys got clean clothes. Like, I'm not buying this.
The immediate response I had was that I couldn't believe my eyes. I had never expected that, even under the most extraordinary scientific fantasy, that
Look at that face.
That dude is trying hard.
He is.
Man, he
in
reminds me
pain.
of the guy in front of the damn tornado.
Dude, why does he look like an old
Ooh la la!
1940s Looney Tune?
modern human beings could return to an animal state.
In scientific terms, it was the equivalent of finding living, breathing fossils. Human beings who had
Living, breathing
Rocket.
in fossils.
Ooh la la!
Me. A group of people who decide
Rocket.
to walk on all fours. One family decides to walk on all fours and be a bunch of weirdos, and you're like, this is an evolutionary step. This explains everything about us as a species. It could open up many doors. Why the fuck are people just stupid?
They're all just getting ready for doggy, bro.
I guarantee you, this somebody, either a family friend or somebody in this family contacted them. It's like, you're not gonna believe this. We walk in all fours.
Bro, they haven't evolved to standing upright. There's no way they have cell phones. They haven't evolved enough to use them.
And I feel like there'd be a big structural difference in these people's backs if they've been doing this in their entire fucking life. But of course, just wait. There's gonna be a caveat and say, "Oh, well, we only do this when we go around. Whenever we go home, I watch."
never made the evolutionary leap of standing upright.
Bullshit.
The quest to find out why took a team of scientists on an amazing journey and raised
You mean like the one standing up right back there?
I was just about to say the same thing.
profound questions about what it is to be human.
The thing which marks us off from the rest of the animal world is the fact that we're the species which walks on two legs and holds our heads high in the air.
Wait a fuck minute. So
It's
she
what
has to
defines
stand
us.
up, right? You're gonna have to pause this. So how the fuck did she get dressed if she didn't stand up?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Bro,
saying.
that's why they're all wearing skirts. You can't put on pants if you don't stand up, but I think you could probably manage a skirt.
That dude was wearing pants.
He was wearing pants. You gotta
True.
stick with one leg.
I just call it
There
bullshit.
could be a way. May just make some shit up. Hey, let's take 3 people in the intern's office and let's make a story up.
In many ways, yes, of course, there's language and all sorts of other things too, but it's terribly important to our sense of ourselves as being different from others in the animal kingdom.
These rich motherfuckers, these rich, overly educated motherfuckers are actually over here so bored, make enough comfortable money that they're just like, I don't care if it's fake. It's probably real. We can back it up.
This is Gulen. He staggers as if he's drunk, but he's not.
No other case like the one in front of our eyes ever been described before. There were no reports in the scientific literature of adult human beings walking on all fours.
Because they fucking don't. Because they fucking don't. That's why.
You know, the Bones would have fucking say if they've been doing that for fucking 28 years, right? There would be some type of side effect. You're like your body would change. You doing that fucking forever.
You know what? Some questions have answers that to obtain them you have to look past ethics. I say kill one of them. Kill one of them, dissect their body, and look at it. And that way we can definitively tell these motherfuckers in Turkey, stand y'all's asses up.
You know, I was going to say X-ray, but that works fine.
A major phenomenon in front of us to explain from a scientific point of view, but also, of course, a major tragic human story.
This ain't no fucking story, bro. This is bullshit. So let me tell you, I knew a dude that had a fucking hunchback, right? And so once I guess he went to the hospital, right? And so they stuck something in his back and let all that fucking pus out. And he had to wear a fucking something like a back brace because his spine was like scoliosis or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So, and he was like 23, but he had a hunchback when he was born and shit. Not when he was born, but like after it developed when he was a toddler and shit.
I also find it so fucking hard to believe too. Like, we all evolved to walk on two legs, except for this random group in Turkey.
Damn, they've been doing something.
And like, no, I don't buy a single look of this shit. A tragic story is that you motherfuckers are pushing this out there.
This guy, Hussein, can outrun me, yes.
She's like, yeah, you fucking serious? And I just shut your bitch.
She's like, are you fucking serious?
Even she's looking at him like, bro, nobody buy this shit.
So you can't even run, motherfucker.
Yes,
shut your ass.
Yes, yeah, he can outrun me even, yes. Like, shut the fuck up. Oh my god. Now I'm getting mad. She's laughing because she's like, okay. This motherfucker. Why are they choosing to air this? Because they're showing footage right after this ridiculousness. You know this footage is like, this can outrun him. Like, come on.
Hussein can travel for kilometres like this. The skin on the heels of his hands is as thickened as it is on his feet.
So why is he walking so fucking slow?
He looks like he's
an action.
He looks like he's in pain, like he's stepping on all kinds of shit, and his hands aren't meant for it.
Like that, is it?
No, they don't push on them at all. They actually just do the lift on the heel on a very soft or flat surface. You know.
So that means they're not technically walking on their hands. They're walking in a way that's more comfortable for them. Again, it's going to be an ableist comment. Have we not checked these chromosomes on these people? Have we not checked their brain activity? Have we not checked their mental illnesses before we just started saying, these are 8 people? Did we not go ahead and check for some sort of fucking like Down syndrome or some shit like I mentioned earlier? Because man, do they have some fucking features. And secondly, they're choosing to walk on their fucking hands. And you're talking about, well, actually, they don't walk on their palm, they walk on the more of the edges of the hand. Because it's not comfortable to walk on your fucking hands?
No shit.
This sounds like bullshit.
Scientists who first discovered them believed the children had devolved. But Professor Humphrey suspects the problem is more likely genetic. The parents are second cousins and could have passed a faulty gene.
I knew it!
CBS is literally out here watching a bunch of inbred family members doing some inbred shit, and they're over here like, this could be evolutionary.
There's hostility towards the family in the village. The local kids taunt Hussein.
No, you don't. No, that's not fair. That part is not fair. But do not sit
What do you
here-
expect, though?
Well, I mean, people to parent their fucking kids better and give them an actual better moral compass.
Pow!
My kid doesn't make fun of anybody. That's what I expect. But regardless of that shit, here it is again. They're in a village and it's only this family. Because this family has inbreeding in their family, their history. He's basically getting made fun of because he's mentally handicapped, not because he's an evolutionary specter, dude. He's fucking mentally challenged because his cousins couldn't get laid and they fucked themselves.
This is Hussein's brain.
There is something very striking which hits you immediately you see it. It's very clear that in the middle of the cerebellum here, what's called the vermis, it's shrunk.
The brain damage is the same in all the affected children.
Do we have Safia's brain here too?
Yeah. That's this one here. Same again.
Absolutely.
Very
Remarkable, isn't
striking.
But the shrunken cerebellum is not enough to
Very
explain
shocking.
why the family can't walk upright. In a case reported last year in Italy, a young man presented without any cerebellum, but he could still walk.
It doesn't in itself account for their walking on four legs, because other children who have damaged cerebellum, even children...
Here's my asshole theory. They weren't taught how to walk.
Dog taught him.
That is my theory. My asshole theory is that either the parents died or the parents didn't show them how to walk. That's a very, very far stretch of a theory there, but I guarantee you that's a good.
It's not that far a stretch. You've got mentally challenged parents with mentally challenged kids. Teaching them to walk would probably be too hard. They just let them crawl like babies for their entire life.
Yep, or the
I
dog.
guess
They
not.
seen the dog walking. They start walking with the dog.
So I'm still just confused at how this twit over here is able to, and keep in mind, dude, this guy's getting paid money for this quote unquote research
Yeah, he's getting thousands.
for nothing.
cerebellum can still walk upright.
So again, the experts turn to genetics. In Berlin, German scientists think the answer lies in the family's DNA.
I think this is very novel because it has never been described
They're inbred, of course their DNA is gonna be a little weird. You might find some extra chromosomes too.
before that people are able to walk on their four. So usually
Dude,
I think
look at his unibrow. Holy shit.
Jesus.
Dude, he's got a fucking bush on his head.
Now that is a lifestyle choice.
Yeah, no shit.
the opinion was that this is not really
Was that unibrow an evolutionary thing, or was that a choice?
Let's see if he's inbred too.
I don't know, man. We might need to do some brain mapping here, because who the fuck would want a unibrow?
possible.
Bro,
And
I
let alone that it
go to school with this girl, right? And she's married. She's a woman, not a girl. She's like 43. She's married to a man, has children, and she walks around with a mustache and a beard on a daily basis. Like 3 hairs out of her chin, but a full ass mustache. Like, that's a choice. And like, why, bro?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It could be a femininity thing. It could be like, I don't want to be feminine. I'm sticking it to the system kind of thing. A unibrow though, like a unibrow. Ugh.
it's genetic.
Hey, some bitches like got her forehead touching that all the time.
Professor Stefan Mundlus believes the Ulas family's blood may hold one of the greatest secrets of science, the gene for walking erect, the very essence of
Oh, I walk erect all the time, baby.
what makes us human.
It's the exciting part of it. We can, by describing this family, actually show that humans can walk on their fours, and then this can actually be inherited as a genetic trait, and that is very novel and very unusual.
The Germans have already published claims of a breakthrough, upsetting many in the scientific community.
Because it's nonsense, that's why.
They're shocked that
If I was a professional scientist who'd been doing this for years and put in a lot of hours into research, successful or not, I would be pissed if someone in my field, the shit that I work in, came to me or came to anybody and says, I think these retarded people are the fucking missing link. I would literally I'd probably get assault charges. I wouldn't be a scientist anymore, I'd be a felon. What in the actual fuck?
I think it's an extraordinary speculation, very unlikely to be true.
You don't accept that's part of the equation here?
No, I mean, everything we know about evolution suggests that no single gene will have been responsible. So therefore, damage to a single gene can't throw you back from being bipedal to being quadrupedal. There have to have been other things at work here.
There's more dissent in New York, where fossil experts squabble over the bones of Hussein and his sisters.
Most people.
He's the quadruped.
This is the
There's no
quadruped.
doubt. This is a quadruped, and there's no. It's not the Angolian. Look at the size of this.
I'm amazed at the ease with which some of these individuals are moving. Particularly the guy is. It seems to be moving quite fluidly and with quite a lot of ease. Very different to a gait of a biped. To see modern humans with a modern human body form walking around on all four limbs, using their upper limbs as a form of support, is extremely interesting.
Look, so when I took psychology back in college, it's not medical school, but it has the same principles, ethics and taking care of the patients, the clients, and doing due diligence and shit like that. It's not medical school, but it's a medical thing, right? And so when they taught me in Psych 101, back in 2014, 12 years ago, they said that when you are examining a client, when you're looking into why their behavior is like this or whatever, think of it like horse, think of it like a hooves stomping off in the distance. Your first inclination should be those are horses, not zebras. If you hear hooves going off in the distance, there's more than likely going to be a horse, not a zebra. So the fact that these motherfuckers are going right off the ranch, running miles away from the ranch, and going right to a game sanctuary in fucking Africa to find some zebras is beyond me. They purposely went away from trying to explain the horse hooves and nah, these are zebras. That may be long and drawn out there, but I cannot better put it.
Makes sense.
Hold on. There's horse hooves, but there aren't any zebras around here. Let's go find some zebras.
One of the remarkable things about the way these children walk is that they keep their fingers off the ground. They walk on
because it's uncomfortable.
Their wrist, not knuckle walking like a chimpanzee or a gorilla.
Walking on the wrists in this way, so the fingers remain undamaged, is of great interest to the evolutionists. It may be the way our ancestors learned to move between coming down from the trees and finally standing upright.
It does,
but it does seem a little more robust on the distant surface.
Look at the width of this, Ian. Compare the width of that. I don't care how you orient.
In an ideal world on paper, yes, I'd love to see those skeletons. It'd be really interesting, but, that's just not okay, ethically.
But at Liverpool University in England, another team has found a way to examine the skeletons ethically. And they are different to ours. Hussein's movements are identical to an ape or monkey, ideally suited for balancing on branches.
These people are not missing links, but they have shown us how our ancestors did behave. They have rediscovered a way which we would never have.
Bullshit. There's no proof. You cannot prove that our ancestors walked like that. You cannot prove that. You cannot say these people are like, oh, well, this is actually a window and looking at our ancestors. No.
Even thought about. Nobody had suggested that our ancestors are what we're calling wrist walkers.
But Professor Humphrey begins to suspect there are more basic reasons why the Ulas children never stood up. When they were babies, they crawled as usual, on hands and knees. Then, at around 9 months, they started walking on their feet and hands. With no local health service, no one was there to encourage the
Guys, I was right.
clearly disabled children onto their feet.
Why that happened, we don't know. Why nobody intervened, why they didn't do the simplest thing.
It's a third world fucking country, you British fuck. We have no idea why nobody intervened. It is a third world country. Turkey has not always been on its feet, dude. God, white people are a fucking menace.
They might have done to help them and to bring them on, as would have happened in Melbourne or in London or in New York.
Oh, you mean
And
places?
then you
that have
literally just
money?
named a bunch of first world countries.
In cities, not even countries, cities. Not a village, not one fucking village. But he named off a bunch of places with a bunch of fucking white people running the place that have built their society up off the backs of other fucking people using money and war. But yet, why haven't these third world country people who are mentally handicapped, why didn't they find help when they were younger? I don't understand that. Piece of shit.
Incredibly,
This episode's going in. I am so putting this motherfucker out.
no
You're
one
gonna have to
had
edit
even
the
thought to
fuck out of
provide them with a $30 walking frame.
Finally, some fucking help for these people. Finally, some fucking... See this guy back here? He's shocked. He can't believe people actually fucking help these people for once.
Within a few hours, there was an astonishing transformation. The children who had never taken
Astonishing.
a step.
Astonishing is you giving her a walker. Why didn't you just think? Why didn't anybody in that damn village think about that shit?
What did I tell you guys about horses and zebras?